I was right about to show you this label that had an adjustment by FedEx. Really frustrating. It sucks when something like this happens with FedEx, because then I called eBay. They said, call FedEx. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to go over kind of what sold last week, our best sales and our worst sales. Also, we're going to update some of the stuff that we went over on the last video: authenticity guarantee, some of our returns, international sales, all that stuff. We have some updates, and on top of that, we have some more issues we ran into. Let's get into those. Welcome back again. My name's Mo. We're here in the garage where we built this small eBay store. Me and my wife started this in January, and it's kind of evolved very quickly. On today's video, we usually go over our top sales and our worst sales of the week. We do a deep dive into the numbers. I like doing that because when we look at our lowest profit sales, I kind of get a nice idea of what mistakes I made. Did I buy it for too much? Did I mess up on the shipping? I've made multiple mistakes where I accidentally run two sales at the same time, like a free shipping and a discount, and then it just stacks up not in our favor. So we're going to go through some of those, but I definitely did want to give an update. Authenticity guarantee. If you didn't watch the last video, I had a pair of Crocs that I sold because they were over $75. They went to eBay's authenticity guarantee and they didn't pass. Not because they were not authentic, which this was totally news to me. I didn't know that they did anything else, but now that I've read into it a little bit more, they actually do look at more than just the authenticity. So my pair of Crocs got sent back, said did not pass, said that the listing condition and the real condition was completely different. I showed them to you in that video. They definitely were not different from the pictures. But since then, I've called eBay now. I've spoke to the actual department, which is authenticity guarantee. They said, and this is exactly what she said that when they are listed as new, the people that go through them, they go through them with a fine-tooth comb. So they have a bunch of different just special tools to make sure that the product is authentic. In my situation, the question was not about the authenticity of the shoe. It was actually the condition. Unfortunately, there was no more additional notes that she could read off, but she said that what she sees happen a lot is even if they're new in the box, if they came from a store and maybe they were tried on, and so, you know, that hit the floor and they could tell, they'll look at it with microscopes, with just cameras, they do all kinds of stuff. So well I'm confused because what would I do, right? I tend to pay a little bit more if something is brand new, because I know that I could probably get a little bit more for it. So those shoes I paid $35 for. They had sold for $79, I believe, and now they came back. Luckily, none of that cost me anything. eBay still covered the label. eBay covered both labels actually to them and then back. I haven't had any charge. It's been about a week and a half now, so I haven't seen any other charge on my account. I just checked right before I hit record on this camera. So it's something that they're doing to protect their customers, and I understand it. Well, now it's back to me, and if you're considering maybe listing some brand new shoes, number one, definitely take a really good look. The shoes that I listed definitely don't have any flaws. The tag was a little bent, but that was bent in the picture as well, which is what was super frustrating to me. So she said that if it would have been labeled as used, there would have been no issue. They did confirm that they were authentic, just they were not as described, which being new without a box is how I described them. So that's an update on that. We're going to go through some of the sales. It's been a busy morning. It's already getting hot. I've been here packing all these orders. It was a busy weekend. Had 24 orders go out between eBay, Depop, and Poshmark. Those are the three places that had some sales this weekend. It was a lot of work this morning. I got to get this recorded, and I'm probably going to edit it on the road. I did get my first payment dispute, which is interesting. I know a lot of people do get those. I've heard multiple different people talk about them. It's so funny though. They bought the item, and I waited, I think, 2 days to ship it. And as soon as I shipped it, later on that day, they filed the payment dispute. So I just updated the tracking, updated the pictures, said this has already been shipped. I don't know. So let's see. I'll update you guys, see how that goes. Before I take you guys to the screen, I did kind of want to say thank you to all the people that took their time and commented on the last video. Some really good tips, some really good conversation. Since I had 6 different returns to go over last week, there was a lot of different comments. One person said, hey, why don't you file a claim for that damaged in transit item? That customer specifically didn't even take the item out of the package, just sent it back and said, you know, damaged within shipping. But what happened is I noticed that the customer didn't even untie like the brand new factory like zip ties that are on there, didn't cut those. So he never even tried to use it. He just saw that the box was damaged, and I sold it as used. That's crazy. That's an item that I sold as used because I knew that box was a little dinged up, but he got more beat up, I guess, in transit, and he just returned it. So that kind of sucked. It didn't really give me the option, but I listed it right away. I did start a claim with USPS, and they said that they would get back to me in a few days. And in the few days, the item sold again. Forget it. It sold right away for essentially the same price. And that was an item that I had from my personal stuff from a long time ago. Even with me paying the label, I'm still making $50-something on that cable. So not the end of the world. I'm just going to let that one fly. It's not worth the time. I actually have something else I want to show you. I had a label adjustment with FedEx. I don't know if any of you have ever had an issue like this, but let me go ahead and show you here. All right, so I'm back. Crazy. I turned off the camera and we had an earthquake. Nothing huge. It was 4.4, but it really shook like my whole little station here. So I had to go check on the wife. Got sidetracked for a little bit, but I'm back. I already dropped off everything at the post office, picked up some lunch, did some work calls. I was right about to show you this label that had an adjustment by FedEx. Really frustrating. It sucks when something like this happens with FedEx, because then I called eBay. They said, call FedEx. So this is the email I got from FedEx, or from eBay, sorry, saying FedEx has made some cost adjustments to your shipping labels. We attempted to charge you credit, blah, blah, blah. So an additional $32 is what they wanted. And I think that's crazy, right? So it says view adjustment. Takes me to this page, says that I put 7 pounds and the actual billing weight by carrier says 18 pounds. It's a big difference. I could understand if it was like a pound off, maybe, you know, my scale was off by a little bit that pushed it to the next pound, but there's no way it was off by 12 pounds or 11 pounds, right? So if you go through, I don't know, let's pick this one real quick. So here's one. I looked this up in multiple places with FedEx on the phone, and brand new from the manufacturer says it weighs 7 pounds. So it's dead on with what I put on there. I shipped it in 2 poly bags so it wouldn't rip. Where the extra 11 pounds came from, I don't know. So this shows you the tracking number, what I paid for it, right? So FedEx ground shipper, the weight that I put in, the dimensions that I put in, and they were all dead on. So there's no issue there, no issue there. A few days later, Pennsylvania, it says barcode label unreadable and replaced. She actually looked at the weight on her side and said, yes, when we weighed it, it weighed 7 pounds. So that is right. Long story short, she said that the biggest discount that she could offer me was like $16, which by the way I still haven't got, and I've been, you know, this was a few days ago already. And she tried to dismiss me multiple times, saying call eBay. I said I called eBay. eBay told me to call you. That is crazy. I'm gonna call eBay again, but sometimes it's like, how much is your time worth? Yeah, see, I'm looking at this again. Man, what a bummer. I mean, I originally was only making $11 out of this deal. I don't want to let it go just because of the point. Like, if this keeps happening, who else does it keep happening to? Honestly, the 2 hours that I spent on the phone with eBay and FedEx is not worth the $32. They only refunded me $16. So I'm going to call eBay again, try to figure something else out. This is super frustrating. And then here's that other part where it shows you that originally cost me $23.95 and then $32. It's just frustrating. Enough of that one. If it's your first time here, first of all, thank you. You may have came in just because of the topic, but normally on Mondays we release a video like this going over our best sales and going through our worst sales. Normally we do top 10 and worst 5, but because of the timing of this video, I want to try to keep it a little bit shorter. I use Flipwise. I know that there's maybe a few other options, but I like the way that this works for me. There's a few little quirks. Looking at August 4th through August 10th, our gross income was $1,574 and our net income was $934. That's after the fees, after you deduct taxes, because eBay gives you a number similar to that, but they include the taxes on there, but that never goes to you, so it doesn't matter, right? For sure we were over $1,000 if you include Whatnot, Depop, and Posh. I don't think we had anything on Mercari this week. Oh no, we did. Over $1,000. That's really good. That's over our goal. We really need to be around 650 to 700 to keep investing and then still be able to pull some to replace my wife's income. In case I haven't mentioned it, that's why we're doing this whole store, to keep my wife at home. We have a brand new baby daughter. She's 5 months now, growing like crazy. She started laughing today for the first time, which was pretty crazy. She was laughing at her dogs. She just could not stop laughing. It was so cool. Our ROI by source. So this tracks, it lets you put in where you got the item from, and then it helps you kind of keep track of what sources are doing good and what sources are doing bad, or which one's beating the other one, really. That's probably the best way to put it. CC Swap Me is the one that's closest to us. We do the most shopping there. It's I could walk there if I wanted to. It's 10-minute walk maybe. The Funko buyout is just amazing. I think it's been on every single video so far. Our Shirt Lady, which is a really good connection for us. We buy shirts that are usually like $20 to $30 shirts, and we get most of them for about $5. There are some that we pay a little bit more for, but we've also gotten lucky with some like $100 shirts, $200 shirts. It's been amazing. This is one of the things that I said, it's a little quirk. I've reached out to Justin. Justin Resells, if you don't follow his YouTube channel. I'm sure most of you do if you're into this eBay world. I wish I could see here. I gotta type in. So I got this at the night swap meet. I mean, just doing this for hundreds of items could take you, 20 minutes or so. And then if you do it over and over and over, I've just noticed, this was my other suggestion to him on one of his videos. See, like just one letter, if it would give me something, that'd be amazing. But you need to have 2. So I went ahead and added all that data. Let's see if it pops. Yeah. So this did change out a little bit. So the Funko buyout was definitely the winner last week. 46 new listings and 46 sales last week. First time we've ever been right there, like tied. Usually I do a lot more listings and, my sales are like, 30, 40. I don't know about you, but, in this time that we've been doing this store, we've played with all the different tactics, right? Quote unquote. Relisting, ending, sell similar, dropping prices, checking shipping, doing free shipping, doing flat rate shipping. But what I've found is that it's really hard to keep track of what you're doing when you're doing a bunch of different things like that, especially when you're just learning, right? So at one point I put the whole store on free shipping, and then I didn't adjust some pricing like I should, right? Because then you have to know what it's going to cost you to ship, or at least have a really good idea. So I was making mistakes like that. I would raise the price $5 and put free shipping, and then free shipping ends up being $15 to ship. Doing free shipping and doing a promotion where I'm doing 20% off, and then someone makes me an offer and I accept it, forgetting that I did both of those combined, and I accept a low offer and I end up losing money, being negative on the deal. I've done all those things. But now after 6-7 months of doing this, I know that the majority of my store is on flat rate shipping, and I know that I'm getting a lot better on flat rate shipping. So now I feel a little bit more comfortable running sales, taking offers. That's kind of the update right now. So last week was a really good week. So let's start with the worst sales. If you guys have watched any of the videos, you know that my bottom 5 is getting really good. This don't look at that first one, right? We'll go through that one in a second. Number 2 of my worst sale has an ROI of 1,800%. I got this thing for 50 cents. I bought a bunch of them. Let's look at it real quick. So this knife, it's a little mini knife made in the USA. It's a vintage knife. I don't think they make it anymore. I wasn't able to find any brand new ones. But it was listed for 21 days, 50 cents, sold for $5.94 plus $4.98 in shipping after the fees and the cost to ship. Net returns $4.64. Number 3 sold for $14. Let's look at it real quick. And the net returns $7.40. So this is still not a bad sale, right? I don't think I want the majority of my store to be around that, but I'm not going to pass it up, right? This is from one of those dollar tables here at our swap meet, but I saw the offer, I saw the shirts, I said, sure, I'll take 10 bucks for it. I know I just paid $1 for them. So it says it down here, paid $1. After the fees and after shipping, net profit is $7.40 and net margins 49%. So this is one of the worst sales, and it's not even that bad. I think that's it. This is those power supplies that I was saying that I've sold a lot of them. I sold like 30, 40 of them. These are from our swap meet also. One of the guys that buys storage units had a bunch of like this brand. I know this brand because we've used it a lot in my DJ and all that business. It's a brand that makes microphones. They're like really good microphones. So this is a power supply for him. He had like 2 boxes full of like, I'm guessing someone used them for a job. Sometimes when you're building a rack, you have extra parts. Like when you buy everything brand new, you have extra parts, so you just store them. I mean, they're worth money, but someone probably just left them in a storage unit, forgot about them, and that guy bought them. I paid like 60 bucks for all of it, and it was just crazy. I assigned a price of it of $1, but it's probably less, probably closer to 50 cents or even less than that. But look, just in this listing, I have multiple listings. Some I did like with free shipping, some I did a little bit more expensive, some I did a little bit less. I've had luck with all of them. They've all kind of sold a little bit, but you see here 28, and I only have 3 left. So this is something that I added quantity this last week, and they've kind of just been selling. 5 sold over this last weekend. $11.99 plus $4.98 in shipping. After the fees and the shipping, the net return is $9.44. Net profit of 56. So I'm glad that my lowest sales are healthy sales, right? That's why I wanted to keep looking at the lower sales. And like I said, if you've watched some of the other videos, in these bottom sales, sometimes we've had like items that are like $60, $70 that are there because how that FedEx label was 50 something dollars instead of 20. So those things pop up. So that's why I really like Flipwise. I like looking back. I like making these videos. They all work together and keeping me kind of honed in on just making the store as best as it possibly can be. And this is just some more. See, August 8th, August 7th sold some, 6th sold some, the 4th, the 3rd, July. I mean, these things just, they've been selling like every other day, it seems like. That's it. So overall, I think that's really good. So now let's look at this #1 worst sale. This is actually that dispute that I mentioned in the beginning of the video. So they have $54.99 right now on hold due to that dispute. So it's all in the red, right? Because the cost of my shoes, the cost of the label, all that stuff is already debited, plus the hold. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. Have you guys ever been through something like that? Because now I'm out the product, I'm out the label, and we'll see. They paid $45 plus $99. I did put about 90% of my store on a 15% off, and so that's why it's, you know, $60 minus. So from $60 or $59.99, it went down to $45. I believe they also sent an offer, and I accepted it. Wait, did they? Yeah, they must have sent an offer. So that's weird. I'm actually now more curious, because if it's a dispute and they sent an offer, it's not like they could have bought it on accident, right? Interesting. Look, it says that they try to deliver it today, but no secure location available. Am I allowed to reach out to this customer? I am going to. Okay, so I reached out to her. Let's see what they say. They filed a dispute. Maybe they never noticed that they actually purchased it. I don't know. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's go back to the sales. I'm just going to do like the top 3 just to make this video a lot faster. You can see here, there are some good sales that we had. It's some more shirts. Like this Bad Bunny one, this Bad Bunny one, this Avenged Sevenfold. Those all came from my shirt lady. So there's a lot of sales that are in the middle that are not like the best and they're not the worst. But they're bread and butter for me, really. Like, for example, these Bad Bunny shirts, I paid $12 for them. One sold for $50, the other one sold for $45. Still both net return over $20. Hopefully we can figure out a way to make the majority of our sales like that, and it'll be amazing. I got a few more of these packs of toothpaste. You guys have seen them if you've watched some of the old videos. I used to sell a ton of these, like in every video there was like multiple ones, but they're out, I'm out, and I just found a few more and I listed this one. The funny thing is, I feel like I just keep telling stories, so I'm sorry if I deviate a lot. But there's a story to this one. It's funny because, like I just said, I've sold a bunch of these. Like, if I can open this, if I can open this. So the same thing with this one. I made multiple different listings of, like, you know, a 2-pack, a 4-pack, a 2-pack with free shipping, a 2-pack at slightly higher price. In this specific listing, I've sold 7. They're all 2-packs, right? So my cost on these is $1 each. I get them from 3 different people. Just all 3 of them are out. This one, if you could see here, I talked about it in a different video where I had a customer that bought a t-shirt and I had a customer that bought toothpaste. And I accidentally flipped the labels. One got one, the other one got the other. They both sent it back. The guy that got the shirt already bought the shirt again. It's already out. He's happy. The guy that bought the toothpaste, he was always responding to my messages a little bit later. It would take him a few days to get back to me, but he still did get it back. I refunded him. So this is what it shows here, right? The refund. And then I changed the price. I changed the price from $24.99. No, I used to sell them for $19.99 plus $4 shipping. I told this customer, hey, these are really in high demand, so I'm going to relist it, and I'm going to relist it high. Just go ahead and make me the offer of the $19.99, and I'll go ahead and accept it. But again, he took a few days to respond. I put it up, and I put that 15% off sale on my whole store, basically. Someone bought them for $33.99, $16, $17 per pack of toothpaste. They're paying $17 basically per pack of toothpaste. Like I said, we did really well with this toothpaste, but I didn't think that someone would buy it for $17. I literally put it there like as a placeholder for this other customer to buy it. This one sold. I shipped it. It's an amazing sale, right? $2 because $1 each. After the fees and after the cost to ship, net return is $25. Net profit of 65%. That's all good with me. So let's go into some good ones. This is a really good one. I paid $3 for this hoodie. It's a Disneyland Parks hoodie. It's the Dancing Skeletons. The customer paid $56 plus $9.99. $56 was an offer that I sent out. I had it listed for, I think, $69.99. Then after the 15% off, and that's where I'm saying that it kind of combines. You have to be kind of careful. When I first started, I was buying stuff for a little bit more because I was thinking that I was looking for better items, but then when I would list it high and then put it on a markdown sale and then still send an offer out, they would compound to be a negative or really close to just making no profit at all. But now that I've kind of got my store a little bit more under control, I listed it for $69.99. Took 25 days to sell. I think as we get closer to Halloween, this Halloween stuff is going to sell really well. After the fees, after shipping, $47.57 in net return. ROI 1,500%. And the net profit is 72%. I'm just super happy with that. But here, this is our number 2 best sell, right? The Dust Brothers. This is the Fight Club soundtrack. I did it in 2 separate purchases, but I assigned a value of $2 for this. I've got 4 of these. There's 2 left. I already sold 2. This one sold for $79.99 plus $9.99 in shipping. Super happy with that. The last one sold for the same, $70. Oh no, the last one sold for $10 less, actually. Oh, this one I fixed the shipping on it too. Nice. So more profit on this one. The last one I made 78%, $58. This one $69, 78% still. ROI of 13,988. Used ones of this sell for about $60. So this price is really, really good. Before we get to the best sell, guys, if you've been here this whole time, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that like button and comment anything below this last one. I want to say thank you again to everyone who took time to comment. It's the most comments I've ever got on any one video, so I really appreciate it. Number 1 sale is going to be this AC climate control. It's the whole panel. In one of the first videos that I posted, I bought this and some other radio components. It looked like they had upgraded both of their cars. There's a Ford Flex and a Suburban. The radios, the OEM radios, some controls, a bunch of little things were there for both of them. He said $10, take the whole box. There was even like some CD changer like controls and stuff that I also already sold. He said, I'll give you the whole box for $10, but you have to take this thing. He's like, look it up, it sells. I put it up for $249 at first. Then I changed the price to $200 after it sat for just a little bit. And yeah, after the fees and the cost to ship, I only charged $9.99 in shipping. I don't know, it just made sense. It made my brain happy to see $200 and $9.99 or $249 with $9.99 in shipping. Some were like $200 and $200 for shipping, or it was crazy. So I listed mine right in the middle with cheap shipping. Yeah, you can see after the fees, after the shipping cost me $45, which of course is more than the $9.99 that I charged, but still the ROI is over 7,000% and the net profit margin is 68%. But yeah, so that's the worst and that's the best sales. I did already mention, you know, we did get a lot of sales on other platforms, so things keep selling. I did go full throttle on it though. I went ahead and I invested on the year membership on Vendoo. It's not cheap. I think it's like $500 something, but it allows you to just do unlimited. I hadn't really sold much on Depop before I started doing Vendoo. I had, I think, like $80 in Depop. Yeah, see, I'm at $9.99. So I'm just gonna keep letting that stack there. I don't know what we'll use it for, but it's nice to just list it on one thing and then just, you know, be able to cross list it really fast on other platforms. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep doing that. Let me know, do you guys cross list? Do you go through manually and do it? So that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much. I thought I felt another earthquake right now. It's crazy. But hope you guys got something out of the video. If you enjoy it, if you think I'm doing a little bit better, make sure you hit that like button. Consider subscribing. As you can see, we're still making mistakes. We're still running into issues, but maybe my mistakes can help you a little bit. I will update what happens with that dispute and see what happens with FedEx. Other than that, I can't think of anything else. Once again, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video.